No, it wasn't anything like that. Like I said, I was in a bad predicament and I was using that to like pay.
All right, what is this charge? Manufacturing delivery, Sam?
Well, pretty much allegedly selling fentanyl.
Oh, okay. All right. It's written very weird on my,
I think simulated control substance.
all right. And Norma, can you call IT to come up, please? All right, so where are we on discovery? I know he has a new case as well.
Right, Judge. There are two different alleged times that this was sold. So one was indicted. I don't know why the other one wasn't indicted. 'Cause
Okay.
it's sort of part of the same investigation. But I was informed by Mr. Gretchen that he may have some federal indictments coming through or came through.
He does, Judge. So the criminal episode here has been picked up by the feds. He's currently under indictment with them. He has a setting in late January, as I understand it, and I've been conferring with Mr. Garahan. And while we've not any concrete disposition, I think there's a strong likelihood that whatever happens there will substantially affect the cases here. My understanding it's a first setting. I know the docket says two, but I don't ever recall having been.
Oh, I have it as a first setting.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Yes.
It was on the docket.
Then I was lied to.
And
So,
not by Jason Garahan.
I mean,
Those are fighting words.
it was an oversight. It was an oversight. I'd like
Because
to.
this is how I know it's a first setting here, because I
Okay.
have nothing written on here.
And we're on the same page. I don't know if you can push us beyond January 27th, because that's his next federal court setting. The more information I learn about what their intentions are, I think the better off we will be to figure out what we are going to do. So that is my request if the court could grant it.
All right, so this can come back. Do you have any objection to his request?
No,
How long do you expect the trial for McIntyre to last?
my side.
Yeah, well, we're doing,
I think it's 2 weeks at minimum.
all right, because we're doing jury selection for that on February
That's
7th. But we have motions on February 3rd. I can set it for your client for the week of February 3rd, since it's just, is everyone okay with that?
that should be fine. I mean, mostly I think most questions would be
Yeah,
contact.
there's nothing earth shattering that's going to get, but just more information.
All right, so February 3rd is a Monday. We can do it the 3rd, the 4th, or the 6th.
Just make sure I'm not going to be out of county, Judge. The 4th is a good day for me.
All right, we'll recall this on February 4th, and you say that the feds have already picked up the case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and that'll be 2025. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Norma Cuellar is being recalled for February 4th, and that'll be for discovery.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Just wait outside for me.
Sir.
The judge about this or ask for resets and talk to victims. Credit card abuse case.
Court is calling 2024 CR 2669, State of Texas versus Omar Flores. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Harris Sademan.
Defense?
Scott Hill for Mr. Flores.
Are you Mr. Flores?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudicate? Excuse me, Mr. Ross, no talking behind the court reporter. Just ask the deputies, they'll move you to the other end. Oh, no problem. All right, we're back on the record. Mr. Flores, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Omar Flores who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 2669 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram on June 13th, 2024 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
On or about the 5th day of August 2024 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Omar H. Flores did then and there fail to complete the substance abuse treatment facility with the BCC SCD in that the defendant refused to sign amended conditions to attend as directed by the supervision officer and or the court in violation of condition number 39.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 39, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 39?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 39 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudicate guilt, revoke supervision, assess punishment under 1244A at 200 days of confinement in the county jail.
I'm not going to follow that proposed agreement. Why
Good.
should I follow that?
Let me give you a little context
Yes.
of why he refused to, first he got denied for felony drug court, Judge.
Mhm.
They were at capacity and whatever reason, I don't know why he didn't qualify for it.
Mhm.
He's got 5 children under 8. And his wife was late in the pregnancy. When he was, and he's been in custody since May 20th, Judge. And so he was in custody when he entered his initial plea. Once he realized that he's gonna have to wait for a bed and being saddened, he didn't want to be, all he's thinking is he didn't want to be away from his family that long and potentially miss the
Wait, you're
birth.
saying he's been in custody since May?
Yes, Judge. He's been in nonstop custody since before he took the plea. Back in, I believe it was June that he took the
All
plea.
right, so we're not gonna count that part. How long is he? He took the plea June 13th. So he's been in custody since June?
Well, he was in custody before he took the plea.
Well, I'm not even gonna consider the time that he's been in custody before he took the plea. All right, so he's been in custody since June, when I ordered felony drug court, and he didn't qualify for felony drug court?
Correct, Judge.
All right, probation, why is it that he didn't qualify for felony drug court? All right, so, all right, felony drug court was at capacity and he said he didn't have a drug problem. And part of the reason why you were in custody, you say since May, is because April you had a court date and you did not show, so you were, a BF was issued, so you were remanded without bond. So that's on you. You didn't appear. And felony drug court didn't accept you because you said you didn't have a problem and they were at capacity. All right, so you may continue.
Judge, the way he's thinking is, I just gotta get home to my family as soon as I can. And so, you know, when they're talking around the jail and hearing he's gonna be waiting months for a bed, he just, for whatever reason, he didn't want to do that. And he wasn't gonna be able to visit his family when he was at SADF. He wouldn't be able to see them. And so that was very important to him because he can have visits at the Bear County Jail. So that's why he didn't go, Judge. Obviously, he probably regrets that now, in the situation he is, but we're hoping the judge, the court will consider the fact that he's been in jail and custody for so long that that's enough punishment for him.
All right, I'm not gonna sentence him under 1244. And with regards to his children, I realize he has children. That's why I ordered parenting classes. And I don't know how he expects to help his children or be present in his children's life when he has a drug problem.
Well, Judge, the whole time he's been in here, he's realized the effect he's had. He's never been away from his family and he missed the birth of his son. So he hadn't even had a chance to hold his son yet, and that's killed him. He's a family man. He loves his kids and he sees what this has done to his children. He's told me I'm never touching anything again. I don't want to put them through this again. So I believe him, Judge. Now if the court's willing to entertain releasing him back on deferred and maybe give him some outpatient treatment.
Now, what's his criminal history?
As far as I can tell, Your Honor, he doesn't have any.
All right, did you run PCIC, NCIC?
Not today, Your Honor.
All right, do you have a TCIC, NCIC? Doesn't matter if it was run today, he's been in custody for a while. Do you have that?
Do not, Your Honor.
All right, so states you need to get that, and then the court will make a decision.
Okay.
All right, thank you. So this is on, it keeps going in and out. I don't know what's on.
I would say I stepped out for a minute. I didn't know if I missed her calling it.
Gonzalo Garcia.
Good morning. How are you
Good
doing?
morning.
How are your IT issues treating you? Like, how they cleared up or
Well, that is good, but this is now off.
you have a new thing?
Yes, he's working on it though. He's great.
A real professionals.
All right. So on this case, where are we on discovery?
We're good on discovery. Had a chance to conform with the state. They are offering a PTD, but they need to speak to the victims first, and that's why they're asking for a reset.
All right, Norma, I need a 30-day reset on Garcia Gonzalez. All right, so we'll come back on January 9th, and then I'll expect an update on PTD.
Thanks, Judge.
All right. Thank you for addressing appropriately for court. All right. So where are we on discovery? I see we have one case that's indicted and several that are not.
That's the problem. We can't go forward until they get those indicted. State can't go forward. They need a lab report on a couple of drug cases at
Okay.
least.
So when are you all expecting lab reports?
Judge, I was gonna reach out to the lab today, but that those still are outstanding. And then on one of the cases of fraud use, we still do need to reach out to the complainant. And so I was planning on doing that today. As far as, I know the lab is backlogged, but if we could maybe have a month, that way I can, ask them to expedite it and get a status update for the court.
All right, Norma, if you'll recall this for January 30th, and it's Jerry McGee. So we'll bring you back on January 30th. If they have something sooner, they'll let your attorney know and you can come back sooner. Any other questions?
No, that's it, Judge.
All right, thank
Do I
you.
need a reset form or not?
No. Court is calling 2020 CR 7207, State of Texas
Davis?
versus Keandra Marshawn Davis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ashley Jones for the state.
Defense,
Canales.
counsel, you're on this side. And are you Mr. Davis?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Keandre Marshawn Davis who was placed on community supervision in 2020 CR 7207 for the offense of assault, family choking, strangulation on August 3rd, 2021 for 4 years and extended for a total of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State,
Yes, Your Honor, we do have an agreement.
what are you proceeding on?
We are going to proceed on both violations of condition number 1.
All right, if you'll read it into the record, please.
Yes, violation of condition number 1, on or about the 30th day of June 2024 in Tarrant County, Texas. The defendant, Keandre Marshawn Davis, committed the offense of driving while intoxicated in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
Violation of condition number 1, on or about the 30th day of June 2024 in Tarrant County, Texas. The defendant, Keandre Marshawn Davis, committed the offense of possession of a controlled substance, PG1, in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
And the state will waive the remaining violations, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of conditions 1 and 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 4 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of conditions 1 and 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of conditions 1 and 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that proposed agreement?
That proposed agreement is to grant the state's motion to revoke community supervision, revoke the community supervision, and sentence the defendant to 3 years in the Texas Department of Corrections.
Is that your agreement?
That
counsel?
is Your Honor.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Pantandra, Patandra Booker, Booker. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Not from the state, Judge.
Judge, I believe Mr. Davis has something to say.
Yes.
We have a child together, and the first time that I was here, you said no violent contact. That was the very first thing you said. And ever since then, it's been.
No, because of what I've written in here is when you were first placed on probation, it was to be no contact with Pantandra Booker. Then you had a motion to revoke file. And then that was for a violation of condition number 5. I denied the motion, alternate amend conditions to complete BIP, transfer to Dallas, weekly reporting, the UA hotline. And then in August, this was set for August 24th for a contested hearing in person. And then on August 24th, there was a violation of condition number 15. That judge found it true. And then today, this is where we are. I've never ordered a no home for injurious contact. All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Look, you're gonna have to change your life. You say you have a child, you want to be in your child's life. I would think that you would want your child to be proud of you. Part of that is stop with your drug use, which alcohol is a drug. If you can't control the uses of it, be kind to your child's mother, which you have not been. We're here for an assault choking. That means you choked her.
4 years ago, Your Honor.
I mean, that's no excuse. You can't say, oh, I shot somebody, but you know, we're back together. That was 4 years ago. Do not minimize what you have done. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I was reading the violation report. It's kind of confusing because he just got out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So this is a plea?
no, he was set for sentencing for next week, the 12th,
Okay,
and we brought him in today for the compliance.
all right. Let me look this up on the system because this isn't correct. Just 1 second.
Yeah, there's something.
Another judge took this plea. That's why there's nothing written. So when is he scheduled for sentencing?
The 12th.
December 12th?
Yes.
All right. So there's an issue. They say that he doesn't qualify for a GPS because he doesn't have a residence. Does he have a residence?
I'm on the GPS, ma'am.
Okay, this is,
I don't.
okay.
I don't understand it either. I think this is dated. In other words, this was before he was still in jail when they issued the violation,
All right, just 1 moment. Let's call GPS.
and he just got it like Saturday.
Let me see if they'll answer. If not, I'll email them. All right, I'm gonna have a seat. I'm gonna send them an email because I don't want some other judge to have this and then they don't know and they end up signing something. So just have a seat. Let me send them an email.
Okay.
All right, this is an unauthorized use of a vehicle.
Okay, good.
So where are we on this case?
Judge, I think we have a computer problem with this case. According to the computer, I was retained. According to my client, he received notice in June that I had been appointed to his case. I've never received notice of appointment.
Okay,
So I'm kind of, I'm just not sure what to do in this
Oh.
situation.
well, is he appointed?
Yes, he's appointed.
All right, so you're appointed,
Oh,
so,
I'm appointed now?
yes.
They just didn't change. They put it under retained instead of.
Oh, what was the date of appointment? Because there's no, I didn't get an appointment sheet.
All right, so what I need y'all to do then is confer.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thanks. They're not ready on that one. Who is here on Alicia Rubio?
Judge, can you just give us 5 more minutes on that one?
Sure.
Thank you.
Freddie Ariano?
That's us, Judge.
All right, hi,
Good morning.
good morning. Where is he?
He's right here in the box.
Come down.
Come on, Mr.
How's it going?
It's good. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain.
All right.
You know,
How
we're,
was your Thanksgiving?
oh, it was fabulous.
Did you have 1 million people, like the whole family?
Oh, no, we don't do that.
Okay. All right.
No, but immediate family.
Okay.
So it was
Cajun
fun.
Seasoning and the stuffing?
Oh, yeah. Everything was great.
Okay.
You know, it's always good to spend time with family.
Yeah.
And the way we do our holidays is we cook the day before. So everyone can just relax, stuff themselves and
I like
watch
it.
television.
It's a good strategy.
Yeah. All right. So where are we on discovery?
So I was just informing the prosecutor that about 10 different items got uploaded to my email account last night. So we are still in the discovery process. I think they're still have things that they're trying to get together,
We do, Your Honor.
but we are conferring.
Okay. So what do you all think? And I'm not going to hold you to this. What do you think you still have with discovery?
Realistically, Your Honor, the case is, the intake prosecutor is still uploading everything that she's ordered and has received. So I'm not sure on exactly what is still outstanding that
There were-
she's waiting for.
There were a lot of officers involved, so there's a lot of body cam, a lot of co-bans.
That would be my assumption, Your Honor.
All right. So we can do this January 13th, 14th, or 16th?
16th would be my preference, if that's okay with the court.
All right, so we'll come back on January 16th for discovery.
That would be great, Judge. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Ariano, January 16th for discovery? Yes. All right, good morning. Court is calling 2024 CR 008663, State versus Imani Renee Robinson. Can I have parties announced for the record? State,
Megan Galloway.
defense,
Roberto Ambrosino?
and are you Ms. Robinson?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Robinson, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with theft of property, $2,500, 2 or more previous convictions?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Ms. Robinson, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $2,000 fine and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have not.
All right. For clarification, is there an application for deferred or no?
No, there's not. I may have just, I may have just grabbed the wrong form and I circled community supervision instead.
All right. So with regards to the plea bargain agreement,
I
What?
did not. Did I not check off that? There's no.
well, no, you all need to put down what the punishment is to be assessed at.
Yes. My apologies.
No problem. So according to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There is no application for deferred adjudication and the state is recommending community supervision and there's a $2,000 fine. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
And state, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with Don and Benz. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
State, any evidence?
The state offers states exhibit number 1 in attachments.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, it's been some time since the incident. Since something happened recently. She is in a better place now in her life. She's employed. She's 9 months pregnant. She's set to give birth here in about 12 days or so. She's in a good place, and she thinks that she has learned her lesson and will definitely comply with probation.
All right, so this is the third time she's probably learned her lesson from stealing. Why do you keep stealing?
Before I wasn't in a better position than what I am now, and that was something that I picked up in a bad habit.
What, a bad habit of stealing?
Yes.
How do you develop a habit for stealing?
It was just something that I chose to do. It was a choice. And
But I mean,
now
I'm just trying to figure out, how do you develop the habit for stealing?
it just happened, and
Well, I mean,
something
did you
that
all
was-
plan? Did you all say, hey, let's go to Don and Ben's and take tequila?
no, it wasn't anything like that. Like I said, I was in a bad predicament, and I was using that to like pay rent or do any, just making.
No, I
any
don't
type
know.
of-
Because, and let me just explain to you why I don't realize that.
Understand.
Because people will spend money on their wants, but not on their needs.
Right.
And what I'm reading in here, everybody in the vehicle was dressed to the nines. So obviously there was money for clothes, there was money for hair, there was money for nails, there was money for gold, there was money for gold grills, but then people are saying they're stealing for other things that I don't understand.
Right.
And then going to Don and Ben's, the officer said that the car smelled of marijuana, and you all just went to Don and Ben's grabbing tequila. So I don't understand when people say, oh, I needed rent. Who's out here buying stolen tequila?
I don't smoke, so I don't know.
No, I said, who's out here buying stolen tequila? Did you take orders where you just say, hey, anybody want tequila? Because it's saying that you took
6 bottles.
yes, of tequila, 2 coconut bottles, reposado,
Yes.
and
Regular.
yeah. So see, she remembers. So why? So that you all could drink and have a good time. How old are you?
I'm 28. I was 7 then at the time, and that was just how I was making my money. There's no excuse for it. I'm not making no excuse for it. And like I said, that's something that I'm not doing anymore.
And the people you were with, this Latasia Bateman, who is that?
It's a friend of mine,
And
or
who-
was a friend of mine.
All right, and who is this? I guess their mom named them T.I. Era Barber.
Yes,
Who is that?
just another friend.
What does T.I. stand for? Is that their name,
I
T.I.?
think it's Tierra.
Oh, the officer then put an apostrophe. Okay.
Right.
All right, court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 3 years. If you were drug tested today, what would the results be?
I'm gonna be clean.
Okay. There's to be regular UAs, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I work for home health.
Doing what?
Pretty much like assisting and aiding. I'm with.
What does that
DSP.
mean, assisting and aiding?
I pretty much help feed, change clothes.
The credential or like a CNA?
I'm not a CNA. I'm just a caregiver.
No, do you go into people's homes and do this? I don't allow people on probation in this.
This is
court.
the actual. It's like a nursing home. It's not just like a home. It's a it's a nursing home, like an actual.
So she doesn't go on.
So it doesn't go into people's houses. It's a actual facility.
All right, I'm not going to allow you to continue to work there unless I receive a letter from your employer stating that they know what you're charged with and you can still work there. And then the people that you're taking care of, they either need to sign something or their relatives need to know that you're working there.
100%.
All right, then their relatives need to know that you're working there. That's, Ms. Abrams, that's what I'm ordering. So proof of employment within 30 days. No employment with minors.
She is on maternity leave right now, so I don't know if you might be willing to extend 30 days out a little bit longer than that.
Oh, just speak to probation about that. I consider myself to be reasonable.
Just thought I'd put that on the record.
I appreciate it.
Because it may be, 30 days from 2 weeks and then.
Oh, trust me, probation will say she's on maternity leave. And I'll say, okay. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider in someone's residence. And also, she's not to be a home health care provider at a facility without a letter from the employer stating that they are aware of her criminal history and she's allowed to work there. And the family members of whoever she's caring for is aware of a criminal history and they have no objection to their working there. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months, 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once the parenting classes are complete, 100 of those hours will be waived. And then I'm going to order the theft course. Once that's complete, the remaining hours will be waived. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and I'm sorry, just one other thing. There's to be no contact with Lastasia, Lastasia, Bateman, Batman, and Tierra, Tierra, Barber, Barber. All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. If you need anything, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah.
What, just remain in court probation. We'll go over conditions. You're welcome.
টিকটক কুইন হইতে যা যা লাগে মানে নাচ গান অভিনয় আর শাবনূর মৌসুমীকে হারায় দেওয়ার মতো এইসব যা কিছু সবই মালার আছে অথচ আসল জিনিসটাই নাই একটা ভালো স্মার্টফোন আমি আমার জীবন দিয়ে ভালোবাসি মালাকে মালা তার জীবন দিয়ে ভালোবাসে টিকটককে অবশ্য টিকটককে মালার ভালো না বাইসাও উপায় নাই টিকটক কুইন হইতে যা যা লাগে মানে নাচ গান অভিনয় আর শাবনূর মৌসুমীকে হারায় দেওয়ার মতো এইসব যা কিছু সবই মালার আছে অথচ আসল জিনিসটাই নাই একটা ভালো স্মার্টফোন ফলে আমাদের দুজনের একসাথে দেখা একটাই স্বপ্ন একইভাবে ভাঙা যায় মাঝে মাঝে কাজের মধ্যে আনন্দ খুঁজে নিতে আমি হয়ে যাই বলিউডের সালমান খান কিংবা ঢালিউডের ডিপজল চৌধুরী এই চুরি কইরা অন্যের জীবনযাপন করার সবচেয়ে মজার অভিজ্ঞতাটা হইল এক পুলিশের পোশাক পইরা চোর থেকে পুলিশ বনে যাওয়া যায় আর নিজেকে নিজে এই বইলা সান্ত্বনা দেওয়া যায় বাবু সারা জীবন এই সূত্রটা না ভুলিস মানুষ মাত্রই কখনো চোর কখনো বাসে পুলিশ হ্যালো ইন্সপেক্টর নাজিমুদ্দৌলা বলছি ভালো 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 শোনো 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 আমি ধরছি বলো আমার পকেটে 20 টাকাও নাই, অথচ আমি মালার জন্য মোবাইল পছন্দ করি মোবাইল মার্কেট ঘুইরা ঘুইরা, যদিও জানি না মোবাইল কেনার টাকাটা কই থেকে আসবে। এইরকম দুঃখে কবিরা নীরব হয়ে যায়, আর আমার হয় উল্টা। আমি মনে মনে বলি, হায় রে মালা, তোকে দেখলেই কমে যায় হৃদয়ের জ্বালা। অপেক্ষায় আছি তোমাকে করব এমন কাবু, প্রেমে পাগল হয়ে সারাদিন শুধু ডাকবা বাবু বাবু বাবু।
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 011037 State versus Francisco Yanez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Edelman.
Valentina Coker on behalf of Mr. Yanis.
And are you Mr. Yanez?
Right.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery? And did you review it with your client? Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case? Mr. Yanis, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Yanis, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with evading arrest, detention with previous conviction? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he is and he was.
Mr. Yanez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
Oh, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am. I was born and raised here in San Antonio.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed under 1244 at 118 days in the Bexar County Jail. There's a $1,000 fine and no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, have there been any such motions? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Should be contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objections.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, just if the court would follow the plea bargaining agreement.
All right, why did you do this? Why did you go into Whataburger, take a cup,
Oh, I didn't
not
have,
pay?
I didn't have no, I asked the cashier, I asked the cashier employee if she could help me out, if she could give me a cup of water, but she told me that they don't give out no cups of water, that I had to purchase, a drink and I have no money.
So why do you think that translate into you can just take it?
I don't know, I really don't know what I was thinking, man, to be honest.
So here's the thing, when you don't have money to pay for something and somebody does not want to give it to you for free, that doesn't mean you get to steal it. That's a crime. Nobody owes you water. Nobody owes you a soda. And according to this, you took the cup and then went and got soda.
Accidentally reached over the counter and grabbed this styrofoam.
No, you didn't accidentally reach over. You reached over the counter and you took the cup. If you want to get water and somebody doesn't want to give it to you for free, you got to get a job and pay for your own water. You understand? All right, the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 118 days in the Bexar County Jail. Under 1244, give you credit for any time served. There's $1,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. There's to be no contact with the Whataburger at 412 East Commerce Street, San Antonio, Texas 78205. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. So why don't you have employment?
I was working on a table, ma'am, to be honest.
Working where?
Yard service. I know a guy that does yard service. I usually just go with him in the morning and go to yard service with his clients.
Well, I mean,
And
why
I,
don't you have
I just got I was getting assistance from him for hope from the resource center. They helped me get my Texas state ID, which was mailed at my aunt and uncle's address, 8603 Standing Bear. So my right now my Texas state ID is over at my aunt and uncle's address.
But no, so you're still not
Social
asking
Security.
the question. My question is, why don't you have regular employment?
Because I was getting I was in the process of getting my Texas state ID.
Why don't you have an ID?
I ended up losing it, or it got stolen, and my Social Security should be in my property. So for right now, I got my Texas state ID in my aunt's house, and my Social Security is in my property.
And where's your family? Your mom, your dad?
My mom was never there.
So was Child Protective Services involved?
I was really my father raising me and my brothers and my aunt and uncle. That's really my only supportive system, my aunt and uncle and my father.
So how are you going to stop from being back here again? Because if you don't get your life in order, you're going to end up back here. And this is a felony conviction now. You understand? So what are your plans?
I mean, I really should have just gone ahead for hope, and I shouldn't have done what I did over there.
No, I understand that, but now
Gone ahead for, like, if I need food or I need somewhere to stay, I should have just gone ahead for hope. And if I would have just gone ahead for hope, none of this would have happened.
well, I mean, none of this would happen
I
if
would have been
you.
able to avoid all
How far
this.
did you go to school? How far
I
did you go to school?
graduated high school.
All right. So what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
I usually just find employment or work under the table, ma'am.
Well, here's the thing. Working under the table is not good. Because working under the table means that you're not paying taxes. And when you're not paying taxes, at some point in time, the government is going to catch up with you. So the reason why I'm asking you all these questions is because you've got to start thinking about what you want to do with the rest of your life. Because if you don't watch out, you're going to turn around, half your life is going to be over, and it's going to be at the Bexar County Jail or at somebody's prison. Do you understand? And what's with your neck? What happened to your neck?
Nothing.
Why is it all red? Isn't it?
Just been scratched.
All right. Is there an issue at the jail? Why are you scratching your neck until it turns
I
red?
was just popping my neck like that.
Okay. All right. If you have mental health issues or anything else that's going on,
Mental health.
all right. So if you talk to them at the jail, they will get you in touch with somebody who can help you. All right. Deputy Laura, could you make sure there's a notation that he's suffering from mental health issues? There was no concern on your part that he was competent. All right. Just so the jail will know. All right. Good luck to you.
I should be released there, right?
Probably at midnight or 1 a.m.